Hey guys, it's Nick from Space Education. In today's video, I'm going to talk about another really common problem with IELTS writing because many of my students kept being stuck at getting a lower band. So in the next two videos, I'm going to share with you guys 4 really important tips to help you improve your IELTS writing. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the first 2 tips. So let's have a look. Okay, as we all know, each writing script is evaluated on the basis of the following 4 factors. The first one is task response, and the second one is coherence and cohesion, and the third one is lexical resources, and the last one is grammatical range and accuracy. These 4 factors are equally important for you to achieve a really good score in your IELTS writing, and also you have to notice all these factors are interrelated, meaning that if you fail to perform really good in one of the items, that's gonna affect the performance of the rest of the items. Okay, so let's have a look at the first tip. So the first tip is really important. You have to make sure you present a clear position in the opening paragraph, because the very first thing an examiner want to look at when reading your essay is to make sure you have a really clear understanding in terms of the questions. So if you fail to present a really understandable and clear direction, that's going to confuse your examiners, and so that's how your grades are going to be hurt. Okay, so let's have a look at the example. This is actually an example from one of my students. So the question is, many people argue that it is unfair that celebrities make so much money from what they're doing. To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is actually a really popular question in IELTS writing. So in one of the examples of my students, he says, in recent years, some celebrities earn a lot of money in some activities. Some people think they get too much money, and other people think celebrities should earn many money, which I think need further discussion. So apart from some wording and the grammatical structures problem, and the most problematical sentence for this student is that in the last sentence, he failed to present a really clear position in terms of what exactly he thinks about this question. Instead of saying something really clear, he read something like, which I think need a further discussion. But what we really need here is to have a really clear understanding of the question. So let's have a look at another really good example from another of my students. So to the same question, what he wrote was, many people find it very unacceptable that celebrities make a fortune by simply performing on the stage, arguing that it is not fair to others. However, I personally believe that this is an oversimplified view because celebrities work very hard to achieve this. So again, let's have a look at this last sentence. It's actually the position of that student. So in this sentence, he clearly gave a response to the question saying he believed this is an oversimplified view, meaning that he disagrees with it. And also he writes some general reasons in terms of why he thinks this is not a really good reason. So he says celebrities work really hard to achieve this. So this is a really good way to open your opening paragraph in your writing. Second tip is that you have to make sure you present a clear structure with relevant main ideas. This is also critical because if you fail to present a really understandable and clear paragraph in your writing essay, your readers, examiners, will find it really hard to follow your train of thoughts, and that's why they're gonna hurt your grades. So here are some common problems that I've noticed from you guys, because some of you guys tend to write everything in only one paragraph. This is really not a good way to address the writing tasks. Make sure you have to have a really clear paragraphing, and make sure at least you have 4 paragraphs in your writing essays, including 1 opening and 1 concluding paragraph, and at least 2 body paragraphs with supporting ideas. The second thing that happens a lot in your essays is that many people tend to present some information or main ideas that are not relevant to answering the question. So let's have a look at this example. So to the same question, to the same celebrity questions, so one of the responses from a student is like this. He says, the government is fair to everyone, so these celebrities need to pay a high V tax to the government, and normal people only need to pay tax lighter than celebrities. So after reading this part of information, we can see that all those informations has nothing to do with answering the questions. It has nothing to do with your with supporting your main ideas. This is not a good way to do so. So make sure in the future when you're writing your IELTS essays, make sure you have a clear paragraphing and make sure all your main ideas and supporting ideas are totally relevant to answering the question. Otherwise, your grades will not be looking good.